get started. All right, check game. We got a lot of stuff to talk about, and it all has to do with, are you worth what the fuck come out your mouth? I have great integrity. I'm sure you know what integrity means. Integrity basically means that you can depend on what I say to be true. I use similar titles on a lot of shows, but you can go back and listen to all of them, and you'll hear that they are genuinely different, because the it's the same subject, but what I'm talking about right now, not right now, but I'm talking about in the particular video, is a particular point about that subject. I mean, the subject you speak about can have 100 different categories. So yeah, my titles be the same, but don't think you heard it before. Now, I know you're curious, you know, how I have so much shit to talk. I mean, that makes it feasible to you. But you got to understand something about me. When I began this, it was for all dudes. But as I was involved in it, I learned a whole bunch of shit. And I learned that I had to pinpoint my audience. And I thought I had, which in a way I had. But since I'm dealing with Thinkific, it's a totally different mindset. And my audience, my target audience, is you fucking dudes under 25 or under 30, really. I mean, you could be older, but if you are older, you done made your mind up about a lot of shit. And it's hard to reach you. It's hard to reach them young motherfuckers because they don't want to make their minds up about shit. But you have to come at them a little different, and I'm learning. And this is what I'm doing. So what I'm saying is, do you take the time to answer the questions that you ask yourself? I mean, you ask yourself questions here and there, but do you just say, damn, I wonder what's up with that, and let it go? I'm just saying, the reason I have so much to say is I'm real. I investigate everything I think. I'm not lying to embellish my reputation. I'm not faking about my commitment to you to enlarge my persona. I have unlimited shit to talk, and if you notice, I talk different shit on each broadcast. Now, it really is because I have an enormous fucking ego. And I have an incredible amount of integrity. See, life is a combination of what you commit to and what you're willing to go all the way for, your commitment and your integrity. I'm real about it. I know about it. And I share with you what I've actually learned about it. These three things go hand in hand when it comes to representing a higher level of understanding. Now, you got to see that I have an obligation to check you. You got to see that that's me. You know, older dudes, over 35, they understand that. They ain't no go for it, but they understand it. But younger dudes don't really go for it because it's a challenge to their manhood. And, they got to stand up, blah, blah, blah. The older dude understand, man, if I was wrong, I'm going to get checked. So, you got to see that I want you to be straight up. So, you got to check. I got to check you and your emotions at the door. Now, I'm at the point, if I hurt your feelings, so fucking what? I'm glad I hurt them if that's the case. You shouldn't have your feelings so available to be hurt. I'm glad I did because you don't have any business in the way if you can't control your feelings. If you have, I'm saying, think about it. If you can't control your feelings and what you let get next to them, then you subject to people. You can't be the dude who wear your goddamn feelings on the tip of your shoes and you in a crowded world. If you do, every time somebody accidentally step on your toes, they're gonna hurt your goddamn feelings. Man, once you allow your feelings to get involved, your emotions enter the picture. And all the things you profess to be start to become irrelevant. Why? Because your emotions, you don't care what the truth is. You're emotional. That's when your integrity comes into play. And you got to be careful because this is also where you can begin to lose what little integrity you have. If you accept what integrity means, you'll know you are in possession of a certain quality or qualities, and you firmly adhere to higher moral principles or standards. Integrity to an alpha man is so essential, it's like the water you drink to stay alive. Without water, you'll not last in this world, and it's the same with integrity. If you don't possess the quality of integrity, you will never be a quality man. And I gotta point this out. In our business of being alpha men, we need to fully understand the words we use to describe shit. So the words we use to describe integrity, the first two words alone make a statement. Integrity starts off with the quality. If you be honest with yourself, there are not very many of you out there who would describe yourself as having qualities, plural, more than one. It goes on to say that you need to possess and steadfastly adhere to high moral principles and standards. You guys know you'll bend the rule or change up whatever you're fucking supposed to do in a heartbeat. You won't have any steadfast principles if you're not aware of who you are. and have the confidence to show you know yourself. Women can feel or easily can see you don't have no backbone. They can see it when they first speak to you. It's in your voice. And it gives away where you stand in the moral arena. I mean, in these days and times, women judge whether or not you have a gold card and whether or not they can get cash from you. See, you scared of all that shit. But that ain't gonna make it go away. I think talking about integrity is a appropriate topic for any time, because integrity and making moves goes hand in hand. Now, hey, on another note, did you wake up this morning and claim the day? Did you say to yourself, today is my day? Trying to be an alpha man can be defeating if you allow it to defeat you. If you had, listen, seriously, if you had an opportunity to win $100, but you only won $1, wouldn't you feel as if you lost? Okay, I don't want to prejudice that question. Would you feel that you lost? What's up with you guys? Why you ain't calling in and giving me some answers so we can kick it? Come on, don't be no punks out there. Denatra, I see you, I know you. Call in, you motherfuckers. Any motherfucking way. I'm just saying, if you didn't claim the day, how can you make it yours? You know, if you allow it, trying to be alpha can defeat you. If you had like I said, an opportunity to win $100 and only won, you would feel as if you lost. You wouldn't feel like you have $1 more than you did have. I mean, you could see the bright side of it, but a win would have been a substantial portion of that $100. Now, alpha men are supposed to think in any situation they're involved in, they should come out a winner. Now, when I was in the streets after a woman, I told you I spoke to at least 100 women a week. Most of them I didn't even follow up with a couple of sins. I usually have plenty of shit to say, but a lot of them bitches I didn't have nothing to say to, because I know not to waste my time with some broad just because I spoke to her. Unless she's, giving me true action, she ain't worth my time. I place value on me. I gotta get action I can see. Now let me tell you something. You don't know how good I felt at the end of each week after speaking to 100 women and evidently getting 100 no's. Sometimes I even counted the women I spoke to that week. I mean, I felt I'd really accomplished something quite fly because I stood strong to my commitment of speaking to 100 women. It was fly because of my integrity. And I ain't going to say shit out of my mouth that I don't intend to do. I try hard not to procrastinate because I learned accepting procrastination is the first step becoming a zero as a person. If I accept I should speak to 100 women, 50, 60, 80, or even 99 will not do. I don't look at how hard it will be to speak to those women. The only thing important is I know no matter how many of them turn me down, it's their loss. I think like this partly because of the integrity I have, and over the years I've developed a guard, that protects me from slipping when it comes to my integrity. And it's all about critical thinking. You don't realize how much baggage the average woman, of today has. Some of her baggage comes from how little integrity she see in the men she done met in the past. Think about this. How many of you guys have said to a woman that you don't have time to play? You don't have time to play no games. But you sat there waiting on a response. Right there, you put your integrity on Front Street. And if she don't come to where you coming from quickly, and you don't get up and leave, she knows you have very little integrity. Unless you get her to talk to you or talk you into staying, you're supposed to leave. Integrity comes into play anytime you make a committed sentence. When you say you don't deal with out-of-pocket women, but you throw your money around at strip clubs, you just showing the woman you're a glorified trick. Most of your problems with women comes from the shit you create for yourself. Those of you who are believers and you believe in it ain't tricking if you got it, you guys are fools. Some of you say that shit and spend money you don't even have on fucking strippers. And you still claim you ain't no trick. By the way, fellas, there is no such thing as a trick who don't have it. That's why they spend it. Because they factored in a monthly pussy budget. None of you can get that stripper to see past the green you have to spend, and you know it. They see you as hip-ass squares with a little money to fuck off. Integrity would keep you from ever wanting to be seen in that light. I know. You guys have checked their credentials and you know they ain't, like that, and they ain't got no goddamn nigga at home checking the money that you paid her to dance. Most of you are nothing but glorified tricks. I know this because even if you accepted what I said is true, you're not gonna do squat about it. All of you are guilty of making claims you have no intentions of keeping, and you think nothing of it. What the ladies see are soft, sucker-ass dudes with no spines. I mean, I refuse to allow any woman or person insult my integrity. Each of you out there should adopt this mentality. Why the fuck you gonna accept somebody goddamn insulting your fucking integrity? The more you check women and keep yourself in check, they'll notice. And things will begin to change. It all begins and ends with you and your principles. Your principles about what you'll stand for. I ain't standing for shit from my woman unless it's something I agree with. Now, I will charge everything I think that I have problems with. I'll just charge it to my integrity. It begins and ends where you stand as a man. Even when I don't get what I want, I'm happy I served up some proper alpha dog conversation about it. More than anything, most of the women I meet show me respect out of the awe and admiration they have from who I am. As it should be. I mean, you know, it's hard to admit things about yourself. What you do about it is hide whatever it is you're ashamed of, or at least you keep it out of as many people as you can view. See, exposure is a motherfucker. And you have to ask yourself, do any of you want exposure? You know, when I do something, I do it well. When I start it, I finish it the way it should be done. You know, I learned that from my childhood boxing coach, Archie Moore. When the task is once begun, never leave it till it's done. If the task is great or small, do it well or not at all. That's what we used to say as kids. I remember that. I think we was like 12 or 13. I mean, shit. Archie Moore was the light heavyweight boxing champion of the world. Knocked out Floyd Patterson. He was known as the Mongoose. Because he knocked out Floyd Patterson, that was the snake. And only a mongoose is supposed to be able to, handle a snake. I believe a lot of things that were drilled into my head, sometimes pounded in it, were rooted in the need for a firm backbone. And a lot of that I learned from Archie Moore. There's no way any person who fucks with me can tell you any different than I am a stand-up motherfucker. Whatever come out of my mouth is what time it is. If I expect it of you, I expect it of me. You know, that's why my circle of me and friends is a small circle, and I intend to keep it that way. Because just anybody can't fuck with me. Think of this. How many champions can it be? Now, whatever number you come up with, there's 100,000 times, whatever it is you say, more people who study whatever that sport or whatever it is you see a champion in. Now, what I'm saying, champions only prefer to deal with other champions. Not because you're not a champion and they don't want to fuck with you, but because of the mindset a champion has. Only other champions understand there's never an off day. There's no such thing as doing it later. There's no such thing as going 90%. The only speed you go is all out. Now remember, any one of you who decide to fuck with me personally, it ain't no slipping or half-stepping with me. I don't hang with mama's boys. I don't deal with a motherfucker fucking a bitch and you can't depend on this motherfucker. I surely don't hang with dudes who are procrastinators. I don't care for motherfuckers who expect you to ride in their goddamn car in the motherfucker shaking and shit. Air conditioning ain't working worth a fuck. And if you keep your fucking car on empty, don't expect me to get in that motherfucker with you. The things I listed are some of the things real men don't do. And this is what we go deep. This is what we do to go deep in any group. Now think about it. The recipe for pound cake was passed down from generation to generation in my family, in most black people family. Same for sweet potato pie and many other dishes. Over the years, times and tastes have changed, but when the times or the occasion coming around that calls for those favorites, where do you want to spend that day or holiday? I know I always want to go to the one who makes the recipes closest to the earliest version possible. Why is that, I wonder? It's because cakes are cakes. But if you want a pound cake or a sweet potato pie, like many other things or dishes in today's world, old school kills it every time. Hands down. Have you tasted the dry ass sweet potato pies and pound cakes they serve lately? I don't even buy sweets. You probably wouldn't know any better because you never tasted a real pound cake or had a slice of real sweet potato pie. I'm so goddamn glad I was born when I was. Motherfuckers today don't even know what fruit's supposed to taste like. It's fucking dry ass peaches and nectarines and plums and watermelons of the day don't taste like I know that shit to taste. Believe it or not, I can bake with the best of women today. I can. Finally, some motherfucker called. I don't even believe that. What's up, caller?
What up, bud?
Nothing was happening.
Man, Jack, I'm just calling to say, man, I'm enjoying this show and keep on kicking that good fucking game and they hear Jack.
Hey, that's what I do, bro. Kick real shit.
You dig? And welcome out to here, baby. Keep going, man, because I'm glowing, Jack. Keep going.
All right, baby, be cool. Okay, so what I'm trying to say, you don't even know what nectarines, plums, or watermelons really supposed to taste like. Shit, when we was in our early teens, my mother made all of her sons learn how to cook, bake, and clean. I didn't understand it then, but she was making us able to be independent and not need no goddamn woman and to be happy with whoever we do choose. So when you give a motherfucker an opportunity to make some money, I mean, you don't do it because you're a nice guy. You do it because this motherfucker didn't sold you on a few ideas he had. You look. What's up, caller?
My man, Bud. Salute to the motherfucking game, man. How you feeling, OJ?
I'm doing good, bro. How about you?
Hey, man, everything blessed, man. I'm above ground, ahead of the game.
Hey, long as you on this side of the dirt, you're doing good, right?
Hey, man, hey, we good, brother. I can move these fingers and my dick still get hard. I'm good, baby.
So what's up?
Game, bud. Peep game, man. This dude from the east side. I like to check in with you once in a while. And I don't like when these bitch-ass callers don't be calling in. You know what
hey, but what, you got a question or something, or you just making a statement?
I'm gonna do both. I'm making a statement, then I'm gonna ask you a question.
All right.
I don't like how they be doing you, because they be picking up this game and they don't like to call in. Once in a while, just check in with Bud, man. You know what I mean? Just to get a conversation going.
Hey,
I hate
you know
that
it.
You gotta sit here and just run your mouth. You know what I mean? But you giving out gems.
My listener from the East Coast, keep spitting that real shit.
No, you keep spitting that real shit, man. Listen, question, Bud. What made you want to shift? And I think it's two questions, actually. What's the difference between a teacher and a preacher? And my second question is, what made you want to shift into wanting to convert into teaching and actually pull back?
Okay, the difference between a teacher and a preacher. A teacher is going to either teach in a particular area he's sharp in. He can teach in various areas he get exposed to because he knows how to teach and he knows what things to point out to you. A preacher knows that stuff too, but he's completely focused on religion. So everything he's teaching is about how to become a better in that religious person. So I'm not saying which one is better. I'm just saying questions like that is what make motherfuckers big. Because a motherfucker don't ask that kind of shit. You know a preacher is this, you know a preacher is that, but you have this idea of what a preacher is. But as far as the difference between a preacher and a teacher, you might not can verbalize that properly. Man, you need to hear it verbalized so you can really think it. Because if you don't hear it verbalized, you don't really think it. You just think you think it until somebody come and challenge what the fuck you think.
Right. And when you challenge it, nobody gives the answer. So then I start to question the beliefs. You know, what's false, what's real, and then they like to say it.
Stop. That's wrong. When you ask the question and anybody can answer it, your question ain't shit. When you ask the question and nobody knows the answer, but you know the answer, and once you hear or see no one is responding because they don't know the answer, that's when you start expounding on what is the answer. Not that you are correct, but since nobody had nothing else to say, you gonna believe what you thinking. Period.
So it's fair to say that if you searching for like truth and you hear bullshit, you're gonna continuously trying to tap into that truth and try to find what's good for your truth. Fair to say?
Don't you think that that's what I do? Anytime I speak, I feel whatever I feel is correct or true, and whoever brings whatever counter shit, I'm a go with them until they shut the fuck up, because what they saying ain't right. I'm gonna make mine right unless it's wrong, and some motherfucker that's like you, we talking, you gonna show me through conversation that I need to adjust what I'm thinking. And I ain't no punk. I'm gonna go ahead on and adjust it.
So even if you're a confident motherfucker and you don't know what you're saying, you'll carry that to the end to the earth.
Hey, wait. That was a stupid question. There is no such thing as a confident motherfucker who don't know what they saying. That's why you confident. Because you know everything you saying don't have to be right, but you know where you coming from, and if anybody want to debate it, you can certainly stand up in the debate. Now somebody might say some shit to change your mind. That don't make you a little bitty motherfucker. That make you a big motherfucker, because it takes some real shit to change your mind.
I like that. But you just changed the game. You just flipped the switch. Low key, man. I appreciate that, man. Because if you can stand in the fight, you know what I mean? You get knocked down, I mean, as long as you keep getting back up, but you standing on it.
Hey, if you a fighter, you ain't a fighter because you think it's gonna be easy to win.
Nah.
You a fighter because of whatever it take. As long as you got it, you finna do it.
No matter what it takes.
That's why you got. That's why even in the case of a fight, you got to be thinking. You can't just fight. You got to be thinking, and you can't let situations overcome your thought process like people do. You understand what I'm saying? Just like
so, you can't. Oh, go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
So you can't always you just use the fighter analogy. You can't always just lead with jab. Sometimes he might come with something different, and you might have to sit in your corner, after that first round and rethink about your moves. You might have to let him tire out, go for the body.
Let me ask you something, man. Let me ask you something.
You gotta switch it up.
Let me ask you something. Do you know what a jab is?
Absolutely.
Do when you learn how to jab, do they say to do this only at this time?
No, you got to switch it up.
Wait a minute, let me ask the questions. What I'm saying, they don't say only jab at this time, right?
Right.
They show you a hook. They don't tell you to only hook at this time. They tell you when the best time to use a hook or a jab or any punch. But that is all up to your ability to interpret what's being said. Otherwise, you know a jab is for whatever leading shit off. But that's not all a jab is for. You could be moving out the way and you need to shoot a jab to keep this motherfucker from getting on you. But at the same time, you can shoot a jab or a hook. Which one is best? All this shit is about you being involved with the situation. How can I say which one is the best? It's best to use a jab, man, in this instance. No, it might be best for me to use a jab, but it might be best for you to use a hook. That's where it comes. That's where knowledge comes in, bro. You got to know what the fuck you're doing so you can know what you need to do.
That's some real G shit. And that's why I go back to ask you with the whole confidence thing. You could be very confident but still not knowing what you're doing with that confidence too.
No, you can't. You can be very confident and not know what you're doing right now is going to end up in because you've never done it before, but your confidence is going to give you the courage to do it, and it's going to make you think of the things to do to get through doing it while you're doing it because you got confidence. When you don't have confidence, you ain't going to really do it. And then if you do it, you're gonna be half doing it. And whatever is fucked up liable to happen to you. But if you got confidence and you say, God damn it, I don't know what's going to happen, but I know how to balance myself. I know how to, stay out the way, so I'm finna go. Period. Confidence, you can't think negative. Confidence, you always think positive.
You just changed the game right there, OG. I ain't even going to hold you with that. You just blessed me, man. I definitely appreciate your time just throwing that out there, too, man, because I needed some information, and I'm glad you just had the humility to bless me with that, man. So appreciate you, OG.
Hey, let me tell you something about life. See, if simply because what you just said, this shit opened the door for you, opened some doors. See, that's what I live for. I mean, I can't get every motherfucker that call in here to tell me how I opened the door for them and showed them this, showed them that, But every blue moon, I do get a motherfucker that call in and have questions to ask, and my answers actually clear some shit up for them.
Yes, you did. 100%. And I can hit you with 1,000 more questions, man. But I know your time is valuable. Time is money, and you got schools and people and bitches to fuck. So I ain't gonna hold you, OG. I appreciate you, man.
Hey, man.
Definitely appreciate you.
Hey,
man.
Believe this. I appreciate you too, bro.
For sure. Some things is more worth than monetary.
Hey, you know it.
You keep pushing, OG.
All right, be cool. See, that's some good shit, man. I love talking like that. I mean, it sounds like motherfuckers saying okay to everything I'm saying, but that's not what he doing. What he doing is letting me know he's understanding what I'm saying. What's up, caller?
How you doing tonight, man?
I'm doing good, brother.
Cool. So, I was watching your other channel, the As Rosebud Show, and I saw that you had a whole lot of videos on confidence, which I'm glad the other caller just brought that up. You were speaking to a young man who was asking how to get at women when you have a job and you have hobbies. And your answer was, nigga, you're lazy, bro. Like, can you speak on the correlation between having confidence and having discipline? Because, I just Googled what integrity was, and it said that, being undivided, standing on your principles and things like that. Can you speak on laziness, discipline, and how that goes into integrity?
Hey, so listen. First of all, you got to understand English is the only language where one word can mean 100 different things. So whatever you say, whatever fucking words you use, especially a word that can have 100 different meanings, you gotta fucking know what you're talking about. So when we start talking, and I'm talking about some other version of this definition, you can cut me off and let me know I ain't talking about what you talking about. Do you understand that?
Oh, definitely.
Okay. So your question was as far as how do you avoid the insecurity of not being correct, right?
How does laziness or discipline affect confidence and
I
integrity?
know, but what I'm saying is if you do that, you're doing the wrong thing, right? If you allow laziness and whatever to come in between what you're trying to do, you're doing the wrong
Oh
thing.
yeah.
So what I'm saying is you want to know how to not do the wrong thing, correct?
Yes.
Let me ask you something.
Hmm.
Do you believe if I said the word up, you would look toward the ceiling?
No.
What
You
do
just
you,
said up randomly? No.
what do you believe?
If you just said, oh, you know what? If you just said up,
Listen. I'm not asking you what is the many variations of what up can mean. I'm saying talking to you and I say it's all the way up. Are you gonna look toward the ceiling or are you gonna start
no.
trying what you're not, right? And what I'm saying is
I'm gonna think something positive is gonna
that's
happen.
what's
Something
wrong
positive.
with you guys. You don't care what the word actually means. You want to hear it and see it and interpret it according to what you think. And you could be thinking some asshole backwards shit. So first of all, whatever the word actually means, that should be where you base where you coming from. Because if it means up, a motherfucker say, man, are you up on what I'm saying? That don't mean look at the ceiling. That mean do you understand? But I'm saying it's all up there. If I say it like that, you gotta understand it means it's up towards the ceiling, in the air. Not that I'm correct every time I use it that way, but I'm saying you gotta know it is used that way so that you can choose which way you want to accept it. Do that make sense?
Absolutely.
So, as far as procrastination, what do you think, or how do you think you could avoid that?
Consistency, having a
No,
good
no,
routine.
no. How do you be consistent?
Taking it one day at a time, staying in the
Hey,
moment
hey,
of
see,
what you need to do.
listen.
It's a muscle.
Listen, man, the truth is the light, and you full of shit. The only way you can not, or you can control procrastination, or what procrastination causes, is by you being aware of what the fuck come out your mouth, and don't let it be bullshit. Because procrastination has nothing to do with what you ain't doing. It has everything to do with what you are doing. And what you are doing is lying and not giving a fuck. Now, do that make sense to you?
Yeah.
See,
Yeah.
who you're lying to is yourself. And what you lying about is the things you think. That's why what you think, you can't really do it right away because you don't know if you're lying or not. You don't know if you believe in bullshit or not. This is the importance of my program. It makes you understand what the fuck you want out of this life. Because what I want out of this life is not necessarily what you want out of this life. And even if I say I want to have a good life, I want to have a good woman, and I want to have, a family, and you say the same shit, it don't mean the same shit. You understand what I'm saying?
Speaking versus actions.
Well, bro, you got to understand where you coming from, not where people are coming from, where you are coming from about every fucking thing you think. Because people are coming from wherever they coming from. But it may have nothing to do with what the fuck made you start thinking about this situation. That's why you gotta be about you. You gotta be a selfish and conceited bastard. I don't think damn motherfucker can tell me shit about what I'm thinking unless through conversation that motherfucker show me what I'm thinking ain't right. Or it ain't all the way right. Now, if that's the case, I ain't got no problem changing or adjusting. But I'm not gonna just go for some motherfucker that's saying something.
That actually went into my second question. My second question was, as far as integrity, is it okay to switch or waver from your principles or morals if your integrity is getting you disrespected?
No. You don't wait.
I'm gonna give you an example.
Give me one.
So, like for example, I was raised to always when you come in the room, speak to everybody. But if I come in the room and I speak to somebody and they ignore me, they don't say hi or hello or whatever back. Now every day I'm like, nigga, this motherfucker disrespecting me every time when I see him.
See, that's what I'm saying, man. Subject to man, fuck what you saying, man. Because what I'm saying is, if you was taught to speak when you come in the room, you weren't taught to go crazy if a motherfucker don't respond.
In a way, I was. Yeah.
No, you weren't. You weren't, man.
You don't say.
If you speak, if you speak directly to a person, hey Joe, how you doing? And Joe don't fucking speak back to you. You could, if that's the case, trip about that. But when you come into a room and you say, "What's up, everybody?" and don't nobody really, a couple people say something, the motherfuckers that didn't say nothing don't mean shit. It's all about how you take what's going on. If you take it in a way that is going to cause you to act or think the way you do, then that's all about you. You can do it the way, I ain't no nigga to take no shit, but I ain't going to just go for some shit either. I don't want no shit. So if the motherfucker don't want to speak, fuck that motherfucker. I ain't finna try to have a conversation with him. But it ain't going to have me tripping about him not speaking. We good?
Yeah, man. I appreciate that. That was $1 million worth of it, man.
All right, brother. Thank you. So, you guys, this is the importance of calling in and asking questions. What I'm talking about could make you think of something that I haven't covered. And you could call and ask your question, and I could say whatever I say. But you... What's up, caller?
What's up, Rosebud?
I'm good, brother. What's happening with you?
All right, man. I just want to put this out here real quick. Just get a little piece of game from you. All right, so, number one, when I'm getting at a bitch, right? And I'm walking up, I'm walking it down or whatever, and she shooting down everything I'm saying. You dig what I'm saying? Like, she ain't going for my...
Bro, come on, man. I'm not stupid.
No, I'm just telling you.
Man, you ain't got to explain what she ain't giving you no action mean. Just give me the question.
So the question is this, bud. At what point do you just say, fuck the bitch? Because some bitches...
Hey, bro, you already asked the question. Let me answer it. I say it immediately. Okay. Bitch don't want to give me no action. Bitch, fuck you. There's so many bitches out here. Why would I give you action at fucking with me when there's bitches that want to fuck with me and you acting like you don't?
That's right. That's right. Real game.
We good?
We good, bud. And stay up, player.
You know it, man. You stay up, too. Hey, you guys, these ain't bad questions, but you got to understand. The only way you can answer them is to know what you want. Put it first. It's not last or after whatever the fuck. What you want is first. And if you don't understand that, then you're going to be wondering all these questions. Caller, what's up?
Hey, Bud, I got a question for you, Jack. Calling back.
Come on.
Man, what was that one song, man, that you always listen to up until today that'll put you right back in that mode?
What is the one song?
That one song. You know, everybody got that one song that make them feel like inferior, like, man, stop this shit.
Hey, man, let me tell you what it was. Rock Creek Park.
I'm gonna listen to that shit.
What's the motherfucker's name? I forgot the name of him. The leader is the actual teacher at the school. Them motherfuckers did. But Rock Creek Park, that's a motherfucker. Rock Creek Park, and they tell you everything that you're doing it in the dark, doing it in the park. hey, that was the shit. I love that shit. Every time I hear it, it reminds me of when I was really having hoes.
Sitting down in that motherfucking Rolls Royce, turning up damn corners, looking up like this.
hey, let me tell you something. We had phones in them cars back then, and the motherfuckers cost $4,000. And they only had 13 channels.
Damn.
Hey, some of them only had 9 or 7 or whatever. Most of them did. But if you get the maximum one, you got a 13 channel scanner, and that motherfucker had a big old contraption in your trunk. But in your car was a phone that looked exactly like the phone in your house. And it would ring. It would ring like that. And if you wasn't in the car, it would blow the horn. But what I'm saying is that shit back then, the only motherfuckers had that shit was important lawyers, important doctors, or pimps. hey, man, and I thought I was a monster because I had one of them babies. It was a Pulsar 2, 13 channel, a Motorola Pulsar 2, 13 channel scanner. Look that shit up, and you will see back in the day, that was some serious fucking money to get that. Now they talking about $100. Well, no, they not really. They talking about a gang of money for them phones. That new one is out is like a $1,200. hey, check this out. iPhone is on 18, I think. I got an iPhone 2. I don't need all that goddamn new shit.
Fuck that shit, man.
I got an iPhone 2, man. I want to get a cover. So I go to the motherfucking store to get a cover for it, and they said, "Oh, shit, we gotta order this." they don't carry this no more. Little young motherfucker, I want to go off on his fucking ass. I said, "Well, what y'all on now?" I think he said 18 or something like that. I'm way behind, bro. All right, bro, be cool.
All right, bud.
Hey, I ain't trying to be up to the date with this shit. These motherfuckers ain't gonna have me spending my $1,200 on no motherfucking phone. See, to me, you know, you deal with a motherfucker, you giving them action. You ain't no nice guy, but you're giving them action, and you're dealing with them once you hook up. You're dealing with them because this motherfucker just sold you on some ideas. The shit look good, so you fuck with him. And as time go by, things keep happening that this motherfucker is supposed to handle. Excuses are coming left and right, and slowly you realize this motherfucker don't know shit. What I'm saying is I done been through this a lot of times. Motherfucker tell me some shit I don't know because I don't know a goddamn thing about the computing shit. And motherfuckers sound like they know what they talking about, so you fuck with them. But they really don't. What has happened is just like all these dudes today. The internet got motherfuckers fucked up because they think they could read some IT shit and become a real IT motherfucker. Now, I trusted this fool, and my computer got totally fucked up with his half-ass knowledge. I had to spend money to undo the shit this motherfucker did. Now, of course, when I wanted to complain, I couldn't contact the nigga. You know, he wasn't returning my calls, so I guess he thought I was going to wait till he returned from Jupiter. Now, the moral of the story. Most motherfuckers who say they know shit today have only looked on the internet and read some shit. They don't know shit about shit, but they gonna swear there's something you doing wrong as far as not why their shit's not working. That's where I win at SW. You learn shit here. I don't blow smoke up your ass and call it a day. I take you through the rigors of learning to actually think on your feet. By the way, what the fuck are you waiting on? SidewalkU.thinkific.com is the shit. The thing is, I ain't gonna lose. I saw all this bullshit coming many months ago and started going hard on looking for a different avenue. I used to do it to bitches because it would make them break under the pressure and they leave. You don't fire a bitch. You pimp her away. Needless to say, this new concept I had stood up under all the goddamn checks and balances I have in my life. And it's now the way I'm running my school. A motherfucker's gonna do what they say they can do, or they will wish they never fucked with me with that internet bullshit. I learned what I needed, which helped me. But I ain't carrying a full grown motherfucker. You motherfuckers need to grow up. Which means moving out of your mama's house. And if you stay, you can't complain about how she got you living. Because you ain't got no business living there. You dudes take a room in mom's house and stay. Some of you stay till you're over 60 years old. What's up, caller?
Hey, this is a question I had. If I were to enroll in your university and start making payments on the tuition, when would the tuition be paid up?
It depends on what level you come in. If you come in at the gold level, I think it's like maybe 6 months, maybe 7.
Okay.
But if
6
you,
to 7 months?
yeah, and you come in at the platinum level, same amount of time. But I mean, it should be ongoing even after you kind of got laced with this game, because there's going to be additional shit continually being added to it.
Okay. I was just curious. Okay, all right. I'll probably be enrolling soon.
All right, brother.
All right.
Be cool.
Thank you. All right.
Okay. So, what I'm saying is you can't be complaining how mama, be treating you or acting, because you ain't got no business staying there. You stay there all these fucking years to you whatever age and be talking about you helping moms out. You helping out around the house. If you had the money, I wonder, let's say you had the money and you got a car. I wonder if you wanted something for your car, would you get it? It seems as if you would, but I'm noticing so many of you want to be comfy talking to women and cannot talk to me without stammering. How can you be comfortable talking to a woman if you can't even talk to a motherfucker on the phone through the internet and they ain't even standing in front of you? Then you say you want to be live like me when it comes to being yourself around women. Back to that car. I guess a car means more to you than looking in the mirror does. Because it seems like to me, you would understand if you wanted something for your car, you would go get it. And if you would stop procrastinating and sacrifice that precious few dollars on improving your chances at using your conversation to move women, you wouldn't be getting ripped off by these fakes selling you the same things with 3 different versions. My shit 1.0 is for recognizing and building confidence through being, well, oh shit, you gotta get it to find out, you know, what to do. 2.0 is an entirely different ballgame. It's about what to do with that new knowledge and how to use it. And the first thing you do at this point, well, you gotta get that too. 3.0 is, well, you know, you need to enroll in SW and see for yourself what all those dudes are talking about. This stuff is some real shit. And the results you get will be even more real. You know, I recently made 70 years old, and I'm about to be 71. I remember when I was 19 or 20, I would, you know, see those 60-year-old dudes, and they looked like as if they had 1 foot in the grave. They were bent over, walking slow as if they could barely make it. I haven't slowed down my pace of walking yet. I find myself speeding across the crosswalk. I think God has given me an opportunity to grow old respectfully and gracefully, long as I do what I should do in life. As long as I do what I should do in life, my life will continue. I do not plan on checking out anytime soon. So on the 21st of November, every year, I'll have a toast with me to my years of faith in this abadabba that I have. I've been doing my thing with SW and have discovered a lot of you motherfuckers, probably most of you, already have the tools you need to be confident. But most of you are missing the instructions on how to use your tools. What good is a hammer if you don't know how to hit a nail flush? All tools are made to be used in an optimum manner. The tools you have within yourself have been subdued. And the so-called men of today, I mean shit, they're fooled into thinking about how manliness has disappeared. Today you need to think about all kinds of shit if you want to successfully use your masculine wiles on a woman or on women. Those tools have been identified by society and banned. So the force is against you. The force is society's belief that men who show their manhood are not real men. Society would have you believe only the men who forfeit their manhood for the sake of making women comfortable around them are men. I discard that fucking notion for the notion that women like men who show they are men. Otherwise, if you meet a woman and you're afraid to be macho, you have a problem. Macho is not negative unless you use it negatively. Macho is a way for you to show any woman you ain't afraid to be a man of substance in her presence. Macho is a way for you to show any man, do not fuck with me. Macho is also a way for you to grow your balls. Some of you guys' nuts have been shrunk so small you've forgotten what they're for. Balls are for support in your quest to be a man. That's why you want your balls to drag the motherfucking ground. I know I talk a lot of shit, and I know I've been talking shit on this video, but it's not bullshit. That's the key. None of what I say is bullshit. SidewalkU.thinkific.com. Get at me. I'm really catering toward the under 25 motherfuckers. maybe 35. I'm not really sure where I want to make that distinction. But I'm really, want to fuck with the younger dudes who have not had the ability to take advantage of OGs. All right, I'm gone.